Well, boys and girls, it's 3 full days in the basement now. Staycation, I call it. Yeah, just me, hockey, and rum. Anyways, it's the New York Islanders today. Yeah, I'm happy because I'm not an Islanders fan, and that makes me happy. Because if I was an Islanders fan, I would be very depressed. I would not be happy at all. Um, I got to give Snow a little bit of flack here, although I don't think you Islanders fans are probably doing that, and I don't blame you. But it's a tough situation there in the island. They arena problems, changing of ownership, everything seems to be on. Nothing settled there, and I imagine that has somewhat contributed to the leaving of Okposo and Nielsen. Well, Nielsen just got a boatload of money. You couldn't afford to give it to him as much as you wanted to, but Okposo was a tough one. And other guys as well that they haven't been able to keep. When they brought Vanek in, they offered Vanek $8 million a year. $8 million. And he was like, nah, I want to go back to Minnesota. Wow. That hurts. He tried really bad. That's why I say you gotta. He tried really hard, and probably it's best that it didn't work out because Vanek really hasn't panned out since then, and wasn't panning out up till then either. Really, he was on a downward swing for a year or two before they offered him that. So it was probably a bad contract offer, which means maybe I shouldn't be defending Snow at all. But he's in a very tough situation for sure. Um, he's done some good moves, but mostly his moves have been fairly questionable. When he picked up Bailey a couple of years ago, I can't remember what draft year that was, but it was a deep draft year, and there wasn't very many big names on the top end. He could have got Shen, which, instead of trading down. But he traded down because it was a deep draft year. He got a couple second rounders and got Bailey, which was a nice move. But would you stay there? Stay there! Okay. Anyways, it was a nice move, but their second rounders didn't pan out. And Bailey's turned out to be a middle-end player, like an average player at best. He's probably a third liner that they're playing on the second line right now. That's the other thing. Their draft picks aren't panning out like over and over and over again. He seems to like to go for the guys that most people that have attitude problems, and because I think Snow's kind of a screw you type of guy. Like he's the kind of guy that fancies himself as a person that made it when nobody thought he could, and maybe he takes these guys that have these sort of attitudes and thinks that he can turn them those kind of attitudes are sort of like screw you, I'm going to do it anyways, and then they find out no, they're just bad attitudes. One of the guys, was it Kozlov or something, not Kozlov, something like that anyways, but he was well known for having a bad attitude. Picked him in the second round, I think, in that draft, and he's done nothing. One of the other guys that had an attitude problem, D'Angelo, he traded to Arizona this past year, and he's playing. So he just doesn't seem to have any luck. And as far as drafting is concerned, I don't know how their development system is, because the players that are coming up are doing okay, but you got Strome, who's not really reaching his the level that they thought he would. Hunter, what the heck is his full name? Oh, I really should have prepared for this. Second line center that you guys got. He looks like he should be better, more than what he is as well. He's got a lot of talent, but it doesn't seem to be getting the best out of. They don't seem to be getting the best out of their players, which brings you to Jack Capuano, and I'll get to Tavares in a second. I hate to say it, he probably is a good coach. I guess he's in a bad situation, but it really, really, really is time to move on. Try to get somebody else in there and mix things up here. More of a mercy for him, honestly, than anything. It's hard to put a finger on anything in the organization because of the unrest that's happened. One thing he has done is he's brought in some really nice defensemen. The Nick Leddy trade was excellent, and the Schultz trade was good. And I don't think his name is Schultz, but you guys will tell me afterwards. That they got from the fellow they got from Boston there. It wasn't a bad trade. They traded 2 seconds for him. He's a good defenseman. They brought up DeHaan and Hamonic, very underrated. Like, they got a pretty solid D that way. They just need to get some forwards in there, and forwards quick. The big thing though, man, oh man, and I'm going to chalk this up to bad luck actually, because okay, they gave Ladd probably a little more money that he should have got. But after losing Okposo, he needed a winger. But the guy does nothing. They come in and he's done. I am like very, very surprised. Although I heard rumblings after they traded Ladd, or after Winnipeg let him go, and then Chicago took him, that the people in Winnipeg were saying that Ladd was actually kind of an anchor for that line. And I don't know, when I played, he seemed to be fine. Maybe that's something I'm missing. I don't know what his possession numbers are. For all you possession people in there, maybe you can help me out with that. But I'm really surprised by that. And I think a lot of this just seems to be really bad luck. Super bad luck. They have Halak, who's going to end up going here right away. I don't know any other direction that they can go. They just keep on rebuilding and taking draft picks and building around Tavares, because Tavares has got a contract coming up, I believe, in next year or the year after, and if they keep on going the way this, I just can't see Tavares sticking around. If he does, that guy is awesome, because I don't think I would if I were him, honestly. Sort of a shambles right now. I don't know exactly which way they're going to go. Sorry, Islanders fans. You guys are great fans. Fill the building. I'm sure you're disappointed. I would be disappointed if I were you too. I have, however, gone through 10 years of being an Edmonton fan though, so things could always be worse. And I'm not a Leafs fan, so be happy you're not those two things, although the Islanders haven't did well in a while either, but at least they've made the playoffs a couple of times. My next time around here, I'll talk about what I would do if I were in the Islanders organization. The Zizekas, I wanted to bring that up. That was a ridiculous contract, $3.5 million or something for a guy who's pretty much a fourth liner. With all this being said, I think ownership's giving Snow slack as well, but they might want to look at just starting all over, and I think they probably will. I think they'll start all over. Snow will be gone, coach will be gone at the end of the year, and they're going to bring in somebody that has more experience, kind of do what the Oilers did with Chiarelli. And if they do that, then of course Tavares will be traded for a number 2 defenseman. Anyways, it's meditation time. And I'm going to go have deep meditation with my life coach, and we're going to get our chakras aligned, and then I'm going to drink copious amounts of rum and watch the games tonight. That's my full 42. Have a great day.